Greetings. Today's topic is Jamaicans need to start demanding more from their politicians. And the subject for today is an airport in the southwest of Jamaica will boost the country's GDP and help to curtail the high crime rates in the country. We will be discussing the above subject in today's presentation. First, I'm making a request for you to support this channel by subscribing, liking, and sharing today's video. Also, feel free to take part in discussions below. Today's four main points for discussions are: 1. Developing the rural areas of Jamaica with high unemployment rates will eventually lead to less crimes in Jamaica. And 2, the government is expanding the tourism industry in the parts of Jamaica that is already short of hotel workers. And 3, there are many rural communities in the southwest of Jamaica where the unemployment rates are as high as 50%. This issue needs tackling. 4. Jamaica does not have large manufacturing industries that can employ hundreds of thousands of people. The tourism industries can fill that gap. Now, Jamaicans need to start to demand more from their politicians. I believe that all political campaigns going forwards should be based on how the leaders will grow the GDP by 10% per annum for the next 10 years and beyond. The political debates should be judged on how each leader responds to the scrutiny as they answer the questions from the journalists and financial experts. Voters need to stop fighting against each other over a red or a green t-shirts, or stop being mocked by the politicians who are offering the free food and drinks during the political campaigns before the general elections. Voters need to start voting for the politicians who have best kept their words on growing the Jamaican economy as they said they would do during the political campaigns. Studies showed that people leaving their rural communities to the cities in Jamaica lead to crimes. Because when those people fall on hard times, a lot of them will turn to crimes. The National Integrity Action published a report in 2013 that testified to this fact. Hence, instead of cramming all the developments in the cities, the government needs to start developing the 4 quarters of Jamaica. At the moment, the 3 parishes in the southwest quarter of Jamaica are being left behind. It is best to be proactive when fighting crimes and not just to be reactive. If the government does not invest the money in the right places in the first place, they will end up spending the money fighting the crimes anyways. Hence, it is better to spend the money on an international airport in the southwest of Jamaica that will add substantially to the country's GDP rather than to spend the money on various crime fighting methods over the next decades. While the government is being tough on crimes, the government need to be tough on the causes of crimes as well. Prevention is better than cure. Infrastructural investments are needed to keep people in their parishes and among their family members. When people can find work locally, then they don't need to travel out of desperations, hoping to find work in the cities such as Kingston and Montego Bay. It is the carefree youngsters who travel out of their desperations who usually turns to illicit means when they fall into a worse situation than they were while they were in their rural parishes. The old Jamaican saying that the devil give work to idle hands can be true in many instances that cause the high crime rate in Jamaica today. Hence, creating employment where there are idle hands can help to lower the crime rate in the country. It is not worth it for people to migrate to other areas of the country to work for minimum wage, because after they pay their rent and utility bills, they would hardly be able to buy food to feed themselves. While some carefree people will travel to anywhere to find work, most people will not travel to faraway parishes where they can't go home in the evenings after work for a number of conscientious reasons. For the 750,000 people in Jamaica, that's 750,000 people in Jamaica, 750,000 of Jamaicans who are not in employment or not even seeking employment. Many of them are in rural parishes, including St. Elizabeth, Westmoreland, and Southwest Manchester. The government needs to set up an economic zones that can cater for these people in the southwest of Jamaica. And the tourism industry is the most feasible and accessible option for this region. I know a few communities not too far from Black River where up to 50% of the people in those communities are not in employment or not seeking employment. Most of these communities have a population of over 1,000 people, with more than half the population out of employment. Several dozen communities in each of the 3 parishes on the southwest coast of Jamaica are in this predicament. Hence, tens of thousands of people would love the opportunity to work in the hotel industry in the southwest of Jamaica, but they don't have the chance at the moment. In some rural communities, from the men reach their mid-30s or thereabouts, it's as if they already give up on life. They no longer can imagine having a house with wife and children, though they may have had 1 or 2 children from past casual relationships. And some of the people mentioned above have an opportunity to get a job shortly after they leave school, then their outlook on life would have been different. However, there are not much opportunities in some rural communities for the youth who did not do that well at school or who do not have a skill or a trade. These youths deserve a second chance to make something of themselves before they fall into depression or mental illness, which usually start to surface in their mid-20s, then get worse among many disengaged young adults. I've seen some of these same people mentioned above come to the UK and got a job in a factory. They worked, then bought a house, have a lovely family or families, some of whom I know from Jamaica. But most will probably tell others their story of where they are coming from and how they get to where they are today. Hence, with better political management in Jamaica, the same thing could happen where people can get low skill jobs and settle down with their families in rural Jamaica. Jamaica does not have factories like the developed countries does, but we have beaches and a very popular country with a vibrant tourism industry. We need to use the country's natural assets to help all Jamaicans, not only some on the North Coast. We need to bring the visitors to all regions of Jamaica and not usher them to a few hotspots on the North Coast of Jamaica. Thanks for watching this video. To support this channel, please click on the subscribe button, share this video, and leave your comments below. God bless you. God bless our Prime Minister. God bless the Jamaican Parliament. And God bless Jamaica. Until my next video, peace.